The views expressed in this presentation are expressly those of the presenter and do not reflect the official policy or position of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the United States Air Force, Department of Defense, or United States government.
Is there one quote that especially calls out to you or even resonates for you, whether it's like your ethnic background, your gender, religion, or even your family?
Of course. But first, let me do my thing and keep it 100% faithful with you all. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening worldwide. You are now listening to the hottest. We, the Rebel Nation, the Revolution, the Revolt, and me, the most hype OFC in the game. That'd be me, Christian, the hype man, Sledge, live from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. And we got a spot all up in your what? Multimedia systems. So the thing I want to tell you is there is no change without growth and no growth without change. And that pressure in between, that's the common denominator between it all. Okay. So let's break this concept all the way down. There's no change without growth. You have to go through life's experiences in order to realize that you need to change. If you do not change, then you're going to have the same effect happen to you throughout your life. Therefore, you don't grow. There's no growth there. If you don't challenge yourself in life, if you don't put yourself through the test, if you don't go out there and seek that opportunity to grow, then you don't change. Case in point, if you are living in poverty and you do the same old job, doing the same old thing, you become complacent and comfortable where you are, then nothing changes. There is no growth in it. You're going to make the same old wages to maintain the same old lifestyle, right? That makes sense. There is no growth. Because there is no change. Nothing's happening. I'm hoping that makes sense to you, right? In all things that you do, if you don't experience growth, it's probably because there's no change attached to it. Nothing's changing. Hey, I want to join this organization. I used to work for this organization. Now I'm joining this organization. Okay, well, the way this organization operates is not the way that this organization operates. A change is required. Now, whether you can handle that change, that's the test, right? But once you get through it, you should experience growth and change. It happens. It happens naturally. There's no science about it, right? You have joined this organization now. You have been forged in the fire and you come out looking, feeling, walking, and acting differently. There's a change, right? It should be no brainer there. Okay. The other part, no growth without change. Okay. That is pretty much the same way I just broke it down, but in reverse, right? No growth without change. It's very, very simple. So if you want to grow, you've got to change. Man, I'm really like stagnant. I'm not going anywhere, right? Just had one of my cadets come into my office and say, man, I'm feeling kind of stagnant, right? I'm not doing, I feel like I'm not growing. I feel like I had this trajectory. I was going so high. I was launching, and all of a sudden I got stagnant. And I said, well, looks like we need a change. Something's got to change, right? Now, what you do in order to make that happen is up to you. But if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep on getting the same result. And obviously you don't like that result. So we simply have to change our operation in order to get a different result and analyze and see if we really like where we're going. It could be wrong, but it could be right. So make sure that you analyze your life and say, is this the location that I want to be? Is this the trajectory that I want to be at? Right. And if you cool, right? No growth, no change. But if you want to grow and change, you're going to have to put yourself in a different, most of the time, awkward and uncomfortable position. Because I've never been in this position before. I've never gotten in an aircraft and flown it. I've never jumped out of a working aircraft. I've never did this part of the job before. Something simple, right? It doesn't have to be all complicated and extreme, right? I've never tried this before. So you got to have the motivation to do so. You have to get rid of your inhibitions. If you seek change, if you seek growth, you've got to unlock that inhibition and you have to jump in the middle of it and engage. Realize that you're probably going to make some mistakes out there. That's okay. Realize that things are going to happen that make you unbearably uncomfortable, that the environment is going to be unbearably hot. It's something you've never done before. Duh. Right? Get over yourself. Get up and get in there. Roll up your sleeves. Get in there. Okay? Baking in the fact that I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to throw my hand up. I got to give this a shot. Right? Y'all don't want to grow? Cool. I'm going to grow today. I'm going to go in there. I'm not afraid. You cannot be afraid. Cannot be afraid of change, and you cannot be afraid of growth because they happen. Change is going to happen. You can be a part of the change, or you can just let the change drag you across. Either way, it's coming. And either you're going to grow with it, or you're going to grow in another way. Right? You're going to realize something, so you might as well get with it. They go together. Now, the last piece of it is the pressure in between. Okay. A lot of people do not like being under pressure. Being under pressure brings out the person you truly are, right? Here's you at idle, right? And you might be cool, calm, collect. Yeah, I'm Mr. Slick. I'm Mrs. All That. And then all of a sudden, a wrench gets thrown into your situation that you're trying to solve. And you're so assured of yourself that you thought you got it until that wrench got put in it. That's something we call life. That happens all the time. It's called life, right? And all of a sudden, your demeanor completely changes. That is a good thing. I want to know how you react when the pressure is applied, right? New edition, right? Sunny days, everybody loves them, right? But can you stand the rain, right? So I want to know how you react when the rain comes. I want to see how you are when the pressure happens between that change and that growth. That, to me, analyzes what kind of leader you are, what kind of person you are, what you need to work on, and all that stuff. This is life's pressures. This is work pressure. This is family pressures. These are the things that decide or determine who you are when the chips are down, when you're down, when somebody else is down. How do you react? Now, a lot of people have a lot of pressure on them right now. They're trying to get through school. They're trying to get through their other programs. They're trying to get through so many different challenges in their lives that they have to balance, right? That's okay. That's typical life pressure. You have to welcome that into your lives. I always welcome the pressure. I know it's unbearably hot and I know it can be heavy. Good grief. I have 5 kids. I have a household to take care of. I have a wife to take care of. I have a bunch of cadets to take care of. There's a lot of stuff that y'all don't see. There's a lot of stuff that you don't see happening in our lives, right? Lieutenant De Leon said it best, right? Be nice. You don't know what wars people are fighting. Everybody's fighting a war that you don't know. That's consistent of pressures, life's pressures. Okay. Those pressures induce growth and change. When you come out of it, it's a completely different thing. You're a completely different beast. You're a completely different animal. You know something about yourself that you did not know before if it's done right. So do not be afraid of those pressures. A lot of people feel that pressure is burying them. But pressure does not necessarily bury you. It's planting you. You're a seed. You have to think of yourself as that. And this pressure here is giving me what I need to grow and eventually change. I want from the seed. Now I'm out there reaching for the sun. But a lot of people just take the pressure in as I'm being buried. We need to analyze why you're being buried. Why do you feel that way? Right? Do you want nothing to happen in your life? Because I would be extremely bored if there was no pressures in my life. That's what keeps me that burning hot. That's what keeps me moving, is the fact I got to juggle all this, because if I don't juggle it, think about that. If I don't juggle this here, think about the impacts, second, third, fourth effects that happen because I refuse to juggle because I don't want any pressure. Pressure is a part of my life. Where you're going, pressure is a part of your life. You might as well go ahead and get it in gear and get at it. You might as well. It's a part of it. Any of your idols will tell you that pressure is a part of it. So stop being afraid of it. Make it a part of your life and go with it. Okay? Remember, pressure and time create new things, right? You have a bunch of coal, right? Over a few years, a significant amount of time, and enough pressure, that coal has just turned into a diamond. It's crystal clear. It's a completely different thing that we value, right? Nobody really values the seed for the seed. We value the seed because of what comes of it, right? The beautiful flower, the beautiful tree that we can enjoy the shade of. Shout out to Santa, right? So what I'm challenging you with is the understanding of the relationship of growth and change, and understand that pressure is going to be a part of your life. So stop avoiding it. Welcome it. I welcome the challenge every time. Bring it on. I'm going to do my best, right? And I might fail. I might make mistakes, and I might mess it up. That's okay. You need to accept all that as a part of your life. It's an inevitability that it's going to happen. So you might as well welcome it. Bring it on, baby. I'm ready to go. Okay? Let's get out there and let's get it.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's time to turn your multimedia systems all the way up. This is for the soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, guardians, civilians, contractors, past, present, and anybody in between. This show is for you. It is time to leave your complaints at the door and get grateful that you're here and you actually have something to complain about. Thank you, Supreme Being, that you're even here in the first place, and the universe for keeping the lights on for us. Be thankful, be grateful. It is time to seek opportunity. Stop playing around with these excuses and those weak priorities that we have. Today, we are dedicating this episode of For the People in observance of Women's History Month. Women who are doing the thing all over the world, fighting the battles, doing the thing, if you're at home taking care of the home or you're out there deployed doing the thing. We are showing our appreciation for you all with this episode, all right? So, of course, let's get to it. Christian, the hype man, Sledge is your host, but this is nothing without the crew that I have today. And we got a bunch of ladies out there here to represent you guys, tell you what they feeling all around the world, doing the thing. So, they are ready to give you this knowledge. So it's time to start stalling, get to balling. Red alert. pattern is clear. You guys are ready to buzz the tower at this time. Now, I will introduce everybody. You guys know the game here. I'll introduce the person who's coming through and buzzing the tower. They will respond in kind with whatever they feel like responding to let you know that they are in the building. All right, without further ado, let's get it popping. Det 4's very own inbound cadre member, lethal combination of Colombian and Texan. I called her Chonies. You guys can call her Captain AP Chronister. AP, where are you at, ma'am?
Howdy, Rebel Nation. How's it going?
Yeah. Okay, we have another special guest. Her dad is retired maintenance officer, and if you get to know her more, you will easily be able to tell why we call her soft. If you ask her why, she'll probably cuss you out in the process. You can simply call her Captain Karina Sokola.
Hello, how is everybody?
Yeah. Following up on that, we had the only person who would ditch her own virtual baby shower to attend this show as a guest. And for that statement, if she's anything like her mom, I'll be getting another letter of counseling from her as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I call her M, but you guys can call her Lieutenant Emerald Cray. Where are you at?
Hi, y'all.
All right. On the cadet side of things, we have the lead for the day, my original producer and analyst, one of one cadet, Camilla Valentine.
Hello, checking in, ready to dive in.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, our newest static member of the team, she and people like her are the reason that I love my job as an officer. And she will constantly remind you who's out there grinding and doing the damn thing so the officers can do what we do. You might ask why we need to know, and I will simply tell you so. Hailing from Nellis Air Force Base, our baby sister officer, but big sister enlisted specialist, it is my honor and my pleasure to welcome to the squad Airman First Class Alyssa Esparza.
Hey, everyone. How's it going?
Yeah, y'all welcome. Yeah, y'all welcome. Okay, that is the crew today. Finally, shout out to all the people in the background that make this happen. That's Felicia Ricafort, Tanya Madrano, and Robert Cooper. And of course, Mr. Transmission himself, Min Tran and Joselle Santana as our marketeer. Cadet Wade Ballesteros are out today. So I'm going to delegate the thought pattern to our new static member, Alyssa Esparza. What are we talking about today? What is on your mind, ma'am?
Well, I've been trying to get back in touch with my family, and my family all speak Spanish. So anyone higher than my mom, it's hard to understand. I don't know if you guys have ever downloaded Duolingo. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. It does not help. You know, it helps because like dopamine hits. Like I'm like, okay, I get my 5 minutes into Spanish. But I'm trying to use some of that lingo with my grandma, and she's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Just text me, and I'm like, okay, well, I tried. I'll still be a no solo kid. I'll do that.
I feel this on such a deep level because a lot of the time through high school and whatever, when you're learning Spanish, you're learning like textbook, like maybe, I don't know, Spain Spanish, but it's not like Colombian Spanish or El Salvadorian Spanish, and it's just kind of worthless.
What is vosotros? What is that? Who is that?
Yeah,
we don't use vosotros here in
I don't
Mexico.
know who that is.
Yeah.
But yeah,
or
that's
New Mexico or Old Mexico.
My family in Spain uses it. I think that's like the traditional.
Yes, that's what they say. Yeah,
See, exactly.
It's like Castilian Spanish. That's what I know. So I'm just like, it's so different. I hear people like down here, like in Mexico talking. I'm like, I don't know what the hell you're saying, dude. It's totally weird.
Yeah, understanding Spain, like with the lisp, you might as well be speaking a different language. I don't know what you're saying, but it's like,
see, that's what I'm used to. Yeah,
when you hear English through like a muffled door, and I'm like, I think I know, but I don't.
Yeah, if you get with Captain Chronister here, she has a whole story on why she doesn't speak Spanish. So it's a lot. That person right there has went through a lot of personal barriers in her life. That's literally why I call her Choni. She doesn't know why. I do. But if you guys ask me so, I will tell you exactly why that's her name. Anyway, cool. But kind of to tie it in, communications are essential to our lives, right? And just trying to articulate your message and what you're trying to say can be very inhibiting if you don't know what you're like the game, or you don't know the tools. So I would encourage you to keep working on it. Don't quit. Don't quit at all. Get yourself somebody who knows it and just, look, I'm not doing anything until you say it in Spanish. You got to throw yourself in this weird fight or flight mode and you got to fight, you know? That's how you learn, right? People do it every single day, especially people from, Mexico or people from other different countries who have to come to the United States to kind of figure it out. They figure it out somehow. So by all means, you can do this. You just got to keep interfacing with it, not run away with it. All right. Sounds good. All right. Cool. With that being said, we'll go ahead and pivot on to the next thing. Okay. So we're talking about the next topic, ladies, is spring break. So obviously, most of us remember spring break when we were students, right? And when you former ROTC folks, I'm sure you guys missed spring break somewhat, where it was just handed to you and you didn't have to take leave, right? But we have our one cadet online who actually went and it had spring break, all right? And everybody, everybody's going to work, but she was like, I'm on spring break, leave me alone, calms off. Okay, so here's the article I pulled up. So whether you're a college student seeking sun-soaked days of partying or a family eager to find some adventures away from the home together, there are ample opportunities out there for an envy-inducing vacation. So as planning any kind of travel and everything else like that, you're trying to book, optimal stuff that is cheap and you can work with. Okay. So first and foremost, Valentine, this is for you. What did you do during spring break?
Okay, so I was very burnt out and tired from the semester because my semester is very busy. So I spent the first 4 days just catching up on sleep. I took 2 naps every day. But a little bit more to the fun stuff. I did take a road trip to Cali. We went to SeaWorld, but it was a whole thing because we had to rent a car. It was a winter storm. We were super tired. We didn't get sleep. It was so bad. But I don't know. It was a really good break, but it also made me realize how busy I am throughout the semester. So since I've been back, I've been trying to take more breaks versus not just trying to wait till summer break or wait till an actual break, because I realized I had a lot on my plate. But overall, it was good, very much needed. It was just short, as always.
Yeah, a week doesn't give you a lot. Okay, so here's my question for you. Let's given you are well rested and you ready to roll, all right? I'm going to give you a challenge. It's going to be funny. All right, cool. So it's spring break. Okay, we're back. We reversed the clocks. Okay, you only have $100 in your pocket. You only got $100 in your pocket, all right, to spend on your spring break. But your car is on E, but you got to do something for your spring break. Got to do something. How are you enjoying it? This is a broken, ashy version of your spring break. Go.
So my car is on E, but I have $100. I don't know. I feel like there wouldn't be much I'll be able to do without the car. So depending what type of car it is, it might be good on gas. So I would fill up a little bit of gas. And I honestly love road trips and outdoor stuff. And that's pretty much free. So probably just grab food and just drive. Maybe go to Red Rock, something like that. Or even something close by Laughlin. Something that's maybe an hour, 2 hours away. And shouldn't be too much on gas. And I could just enjoy the nature without having to pay. And maybe just more sightseeing. That's more of the broken, ashy version. If I had to do something like that, yeah. That's what I would do.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna pivot this one to Esparza, and I know that she she don't do spring break, but she's not far from spring break. So same question to you: $100, got to fill up your tank from E, maybe. You got $100 to spend on spring break, but you got to do something. What are you doing?
I'm gonna be honest. That's me the week before our paycheck hits, before the 15th and before the 3rd. I got you. It's fine. Ooh, my car. I'm putting $20 on my car. I'm doing real cheap activities. I'm going to military discounts type stuff. I know the places that get military discounts on nails. I know places that get military discounts on movie theaters. I'm having a whole day, a little budget day. And then the rest of spring break, I'm just chilling. I'm just at home. I'll make food. I'll spend the whole $100 in one day. I'm not going to lie. I'm not very good with budgeting, but I'll make that one day count for all of spring break.
All right, cool. All right, I'm going to kick it to you senior veterans, all right? Those former ROTC types. Ladies, what are you guys doing with that same $100 and that same issue? What are we doing?
Okay, I'll go first. Rule number 1. Any new duty station, you got to find you a fairy godmother. Someone that is not military associated, doesn't understand, care to know about the military, and make that person your girl. My neighbor is my fairy godmother, and I'll call her, text her, Ashton, I need queso. And she's like, say less. Gets in her car. She picks me up. Her car, picks me up. She drives to Denver, wherever I got to be that I don't want to drive to. And we get queso, margaritas, do the whole thing. That's a good day for me.
You got a zaddy? That's like, what's up? Is that a mom version of a well, you did say fairy godmother. All right, cool.
Godmother.
That makes sense.
Don't be weird.
No, I'm just throwing it out. Yeah, okay. All right.
I
Let's
don't
go.
have a fairy godmother. I have my boyfriend here, which is nice. He helps me go out and do stuff. But if it was just like spring break, honestly, fill up the car a little bit, like $10-20. And my perfect day is either going to Barnes & Noble and getting some books or a new book that I've been wanting to read, and then either going to like a lake or something like that, or just coming back home and just putting some like ambient music on the TV and just reading the entire day. That's like, I'm an introvert. I don't like going out and doing stuff as much. So I like the day in, perfect day reading, watching movies. That's like amazing for me. That was like a total vacation.
Okay, that's what's up. You're a finance person. I know you sitting there looking at the finance accounts of the United States Air Force. You're like, look at all these zeros, and then look at my zeros. Same $100 though. What are you doing?
So what I would do now for spring break, first of all, is a lot different than what I would have done in Tampa, Florida as a ROTC cadet. But for talking about me right now, I'm also a homebody and introvert 100%. It would just be ordering in some good food, movies all day, in sweats, not having to see anybody, not having to talk to anybody. That's the perfect spring break day for me right now.
Okay. Hey, some people don't want to talk to nobody. That's what's up. All right, ladies. That's easy enough, right? All right. So with that being said, ladies will know. They just don't want to be bothered. Okay. So with that being said, we'll pivot to the next topic that we I want to talk to you guys about. And I want to talk about the beginnings and orientations of International Women's Day. So, brief background history. February 1909, the foundations of the International Women's Day were laid in the form of Women's Day, held in response to a large-scale New York garment workers' strike for better pay, shorter hours, improved working conditions, and voting rights. So, initially, obviously, in the United States of America, but really quickly it turned international. So it was adopted by the European countries after International Conference of Working Women in Denmark in 1910. So from there, it went viral. So a lot of countries celebrate it in different ways. So I want to discuss that with you guys and see how you guys respond in kind. So actually, International Women's Day is a holiday, an official holiday in a lot of different countries, and it's celebrated. So I want to kind of break it down to you guys or how it's celebrated in different countries. So in Italy, on March 8th, women are traditionally given bunches of small yellow mimosas, the chosen symbol of International Women's Day in the country. All right. Also seen to symbolize female strength, it is common for women to pass on springs of mimosas to each other as a sign of female solidarity, which is we know Italy is a food-oriented country. That's kind of how they celebrate things. So that's how they celebrate it in Italy. So my question for you all is, how do you all, if you guys celebrate women's history, how do you guys celebrate it?
I think the mimosas, that sounds like a good idea right there. I think if I were to celebrate it, I would just grab like Amy's close to me. Like, hey, let's go go have like girls brunch or like girls something like that and just go hang out, have fun, let loose. If it was summertime, like go to the pool, go to the lake, do something. And it just kind of like helps us like be together and just be ready, like have your girlfriends with you and all kinds of stuff like that. I think that's like the best way to celebrate. having a Women's History Month or Women's Day or something like that. Just surrounding yourself with powerful women and they make you feel good and like don't drag you down and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I actually didn't realize this until just now, but my bachelorette party fell on International Women's Day this year. So it was great. I had some of my best friends, and for my bridesmaids, I put together little bags. When I was giving them to each of them, I told them like why all of them are special to me and like what they bring to my life that I wouldn't have without that specific person. So things like that, kind of like what Karina was saying, is get your girlfriends together, whoever's close, and just be appreciative for them and what they bring to you, even if you're not super close. Like Karina and I know each other and we help each other out, but she's not like my sister, you know?
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't reach out and like be supportive when someone calls.
Okay, part two of this. Now, like I mentioned before, a lot of countries consider that a day, like, international, a holiday. So would you guys be in favor of making a holiday of this? And if it was a holiday, how would that change you guys' perspective on how you celebrate it?
Probably would celebrate it more, I suppose. But like, hey, it's a day or a holiday that was designed specifically for women and specifically for doing this. So, hey, might as well go out and do something, especially if the military gives you the day off. But honestly, other than that, I'd probably just be like, it's, let the women in your life know that you appreciate them and that you love them and that you're there for them, really.
I think in true Space Force spirit, I would do what we're doing with pretty much everything, which is seeing how literally everybody else does it and then pick the way we like the best. So yeah, I would go through a list of what Italy, Denmark, Germany, Belgium, anyone is doing and be like, yes, mimosas in the morning, followed by a facial, followed by, I don't know,
a massage,
reading books by the lake. Yeah. Whatever's the best. Yeah.
That would be cool if they had like festivals and stuff. That would be awesome. It's like they like the city put something on, like a festival or like a parade or something like that. Like that would make a day out of it,
Yeah.
What's up, Valentine? You ready?
Yeah, because kind of going back to that festival thing, I feel like right now it's kind of like a day that people don't really like recognize until you say it. Like, oh yeah, it's Women's like International Day. And we're like, okay. But if we were to celebrate it, I kind of see it as like a second Valentine's Day. Like, have you guys ever did Galentine's?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what that is?
Dang,
yeah. So
nope.
some ladies at the Det, we did that. We all got together. We did like a gift exchange. We wrote notes for each other. That was really like cute. So I was like, I could see that translating for like International Women's Day, where we just like get together, show how appreciative we are of each other, and like make it something bigger. But yeah,
I want a women's only space during Women's Day. Like if I walk into a Barnes and Nobles and only women are allowed in there, just for like 1 hour, just 1 hour. I just want 1 hour. I want it in certain spots, like a women's only like movie theater. Like we're just showing chick flicks. I would love that.
Like a marathon of movies. Like
I want How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, uninterrupted. I want like tissues. I want comfort food. I want that. Like that would be really cool. Like I feel like if that was like, because during like Easter, you see all the Easter baskets and stuff. If like, I don't know, I kind of want capitalism to kind of market Women's Day,
like it does for all holidays.
For real. Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
I want to walk in and just be like, it's my day.
This is for me.
Yeah.
So
I like
that brings about my next follow-up question, right? Well, because what about International Dudes Day? Like, you know that's coming. You know that's coming. Ladies, go.
It's every other day. Can we have one? It's every other day. We just don't call it that.
That's very true.
Agree. So on my deployment, I was designated the morale officer. Wonder why? Anyway, we had a big event and they wanted me to create a multi-day, like kind of field day, team building thing in this, Army Lieutenant Colonel Ranger was like, hey, when you get this plan together, take it to this lieutenant, who's also a Ranger, and get a male's perspective on team building. A male's perspective on team building? I live in the male's perspective. I cannot flirt without my fumes touching a man. What do you mean?
For real.
Yeah.
Like, would they do the same thing where they're like, oh, get a woman's perspective? Like, I don't think they would.
No.
So
Why?
It's off.
Did you
Could have
think?
just said a second perspective.
You could have. You could have said, yeah.
Why? Why
Find a
you
devil's
feel?
advocate.
What do you mean by that?
Have someone poke holes in it.
Right.
Cool. All day
Yeah.
long. But also my ideas were really good, so I didn't need that.
Yeah. So, Choni, did you think you heard his? You think that some feelings were hurt in there?
My feelings?
Not yours. You don't get your feelings. Don't get hurt. I'm talking about the Colonel's feelings.
Oh, no. He did not understand what he had said or done wrong. So, not that this is the correct answer or thing to do, but the thing that I did exactly what I wanted to and presented to him as such. And he loved it. And then he asked who I went to for help. And I said, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. It was him and I together. And we put this plan together. Yeah. And he loved it. And he had no counter to it. So
He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the easiest way to do it is to bring the Lord up in it and be like, hey, who created this plan? Me and the Lord. You know, me and God. You know, so yeah. Okay, cool. So just wanted to throw that out there because you know how that goes. Hey, what about this and what about that? I knew you ladies would climb on that one. You know, I know you would get on that one. All right, so I just got to throw that out there. Okay, cool. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and pivot off that one and go out to some cadet comments here because sometimes we have fans and things of that nature that listen to the show. So I want to encourage everyone else out there who listens to the show. If you have comments, questions, concerns, just go onto the YouTube channel, throw your comments in there, and you might just be able to hear them on the show. You might get an answer to your question. But this one is from Minchkov. He's one of the cadets out there, 100 level. And he simply just said, these vids are the reason why I can quit my job and STEM major. They're also the reason why I don't have any hobbies anymore. So my man Minchkov, he's a hard worker. I encourage those out there, especially cadet life, to make sound choices. And they might not be popular while your homies are telling you to party on. And you're just like, no, I need to focus on what I need to focus on. Minchkov is one of those dudes. So he'll go out there and he makes good choices. He works hard and things are tough on him. He's got a lot of on his plate, I guarantee you. But just hearing that comment there, I'm going to take, if you listen to my message, you're not going to have much of a social life because you'd be too busy grinding and getting it in. All right. So I know Minchkov is taking care of business. So, hey, man, keep grinding out there. Keep doing your thing. It will all pay out. Trust me, you will be on the other side. These ladies will tell you the grass is greener on the other side who have put their bars on. They will tell you the grass is greener on the other side. The hard work will pay off. Ladies, comments.
You gotta
just
hard.
whatever you're doing something, just put all your effort into it. You know, whenever you decide that you want to pursue something or keep pushing. Like when my 100 year, when I was a cadet, I almost quit halfway through because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I could handle it, that kind of stuff. And I pushed through, and now here I am 6 years later, and after commissioning and about to go to SOS, and I'm leading people, and it's crazy. So it's worth it. And never stop. Even when you get through those initial challenges, don't stop challenging yourself. Continue to challenge yourself, continue to set goals and push through them no matter how hard they are, and just keep going.
I have kind of a hard time allowing myself to see how much I've accomplished and celebrate it. So now that I'm about a year and a half in, and I finally, can move off base, I can start to see the rewards of how much I've been working, how much time I've had to spend away from my family, my friends, how much milestones I've missed, birthdays, holidays I couldn't spend with them. But now I get to come in harder. I can buy my parents more expensive gifts for Christmas, and that means a lot. I can have them over, my friends, have them experience Las Vegas. They're in California. They don't really it's close by, but sometimes they don't get to actually see and experience it. And I get to open those doors, and now I get to see, sit back and be like, hey, you know what? It was worth it. Now I worked hard. Now I get to play hard. So that's been helpful.
I'm pretty sure there's a quote in like the field training manual, at least it was back in the day when Karina and I were going through it, but the more you sweat in peacetime, the less you bleed in war. So when you have the opportunity and the time and the freedom to focus solely on something to get you to the next spot, that's when you put in the effort. You don't wait for the opportunity, or especially being young and not knowing what you want to do, waiting for you to figure out what you want to do, and then the opportunity arises for you to do it. Well, had you been prepping for literally anything, maybe that window of opportunity, the seconds open, you could have hopped in because you had something that you had worked toward, something that had prepared you. You don't want to wait until you decide, oh, I want to be an engineer, to start doing like clubs and organizations and networking. You want to do that stuff early so that way you can find those connections.
Cool. And I appreciate that. So that's for you, Minchkov. The ladies have spoken. Continue to go hard so that you can play hard. The grass is definitely greener on the other side of things. So I know every last one of these ladies had a moment. I remember talking to them specifically about a moment. I had LT out there field training. I had AP out there at cyber school. I had Karina out there in cyber school. I had Esparza tell me what was going on in her life. I had Valentine tell me what was going on in her life. Man, y'all been through some stuff, man. It's just the stuff that's on your plate everybody got stuff on their plate. Big deal, right? Is 10% of that, but it's 90% of how you handle it that defines you as a person. These women are super strong, and they obviously are showing you that they can do it, and they're encouraging you to do it as well. So well done, ladies. I would not put it any other way. All right. So with that, I'll leave you. If you guys have any comments for the show, any comments for these consultants of mine, drop a comment and we will address it accordingly. Okay. Next thing. Huge. This will be fun. All right. So you may or may not have heard this, ladies. You guys are all over the world right now. So I'm not sure if you guys are tracking the recent lottery winnings. I don't know if you guys heard about that. California lottery winnings. Okay. All right. Anything to California, you guys will probably pivot away from, because you got Texas, you got New Mexico, y'all not trying to hear what's going on out there. I'm from California. You gonna hear what me and Sparta got to say. You gonna hear what we got to say. Okay. So here we go. California lottery has revealed a person has come forward to claim the massive 1.765 billion with a B, bravo. Okay. Powerball jackpot from October. This is the second largest jackpot prize in history. Okay. So that went through. They went to claim it and everything else like that. So I'm going to play a little game with you guys. Because that's the pop culture. We're about to tie in the military into it. Okay. So you just won, ladies. You just won $1.8 billion in the lottery. You claim the money. You got it. It's in your hands. Okay. You've kept it quiet to this point. So you was just, I know this information. I said, right? I said, I cannot wait. Right? You know how that typically goes. Okay. So now it's your last day at work. You go to your boss. Your boss is Captain Chronister today. All right.
Oh, boo.
Captain Chronister, I'm your boss. So you get around. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So complete this sentence. I've always wanted to say this. Blank.
You can't put me in this situation when I'm enlisted.
Mine's
actual boss.
Okay. Fine.
No,
I got it. Then make it a civilian person that I'm sure
you're a billionaire, enlisted or not.
You're right.
You could own me.
All right, let's go, ladies. Stop stalling. Let's go. Okay, fine. I'll make it fair. I'll make it fair. I will make it your last civilian boss. So that's not. Okay, is that easier? Does that make it easier for you? Captain Chronister is not the boss. I just made it easier. It's your last civilian boss that you remember. All right.
I don't even remember my last civilian boss. It's been so long.
Oh my God. Okay, well, you last then. I'm just why you remember. Okay, I've always wanted to say this blank. Let's go with M.
Yeah, mine's easy, and I would say it to my current boss is just today is my last day. Get to know your people who are doing the job. Hopefully he doesn't see this. That'd be really bad. But I think it's very easy, or I can assume that it's very easy when you get up in rank to kind of get lost in the sauce or just, focus on big kernel jobs and duties. And those, A1Cs and senior airmen who are, in my case, crunching those numbers and working those 8 to 5s. I just want to say finance does work all day. Even though we close at 1 p.m., finance does not leave early. It is super important for everybody to know, who's doing the work and who's actually facilitating the numbers and the budgets and everything like that. So I would definitely say today is my last day, and I advise you to get to know the people who you are supposed to be leading and are supposed to be mentoring for sure.
Cool. Karina, you remember your boss's name? Or you remember your boss now?
I do, but I honestly, I've been so blessed with having amazing people to work with and for, and I honestly would have nothing but great things to say. So, like my commander now, freaking awesome.
Okay, so what would you tell him? You got $1.8 billion in the account.
Yeah, so I mean, I would just say thank you for believing in me and helping push myself and like allowing me to have to honestly fail on my own so that I can learn how to fix it, and being there for me and helping mentor me. That's really, I have had such good experiences with the people that I've worked for over my life that it's just, I don't have anything but lessons to learn that were good lessons. It wasn't bad. And so, yeah, I would just say thank you. Like, thanks for everything, and I hope you have a blessed life. I'm going to go buy an island.
Be nice.
Karina, oh my God.
Karina, better than me.
You got lucky.
All that, you said all that. What bank can any lieutenant colonel pass that off at? Look, if I'm the boss that you just described, I'm like, that's cool, Karina, man. That's real cool. 1.8 billion? That's real cool.
Can I get a tip?
Right?
For all those mentors?
Here's $1 million for your hard work.
Yeah. Oh, I thought Karina would tip him the other way. Here's a tip. Here's a tip. Don't call me. Because here's another tip. I ain't answering. I thought that's what Karina would say. Because if I was that lieutenant colonel right there, I'd be like, cool. What bank can I cash that at, bro?
Right.
Because I be working hard. Okay, Valentine.
Okay, I'll speak more on the civilian side. Obviously, I'm not in there, but I used to work at Taco Bell. I was like a manager, and we used to call it Taco Hell. It was so bad. And I'm happy you had a good experience, but mine was the opposite. Like, obviously, we were put to work all the time, and they really did not care about us at all. So I guess what I would say is I don't get paid enough to deal with this. That would just be my one-liner, and I would just leave.
Yeah, you literally just
I'll
got
just have
paid.
them figure out the rest.
You should buy the Taco Bell.
Serve your own gosh darn tacos. I'm out of here. Okay. Esparza, you just got
show up.
Hey, she just ain't nothing to say.
She's just out.
That's my statement. That's my statement. My statement is.
I'm gonna be wondering where I went.
Hey, where's she at? Oh, she just made a statement. It was like she ain't even here.
To be
I ain't
honest,
got nothing to say to you.
The person I'm thinking about
crazy.
would be like, yes, she's gone.
Okay. All right.
Everyone else would miss me. It's just that one person.
Okay.
I just want to show up, man.
A&M. All right, A&M, what you got?
Honestly, I don't know. I would sit on this for a while and probably have like a super witty one-liner. Oh, look at your baby. I want one.
No, you don't. You say hi.
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 Okay.
For the boss that I don't necessarily care for, I would say no one cares about your experience until you show us how much you care about us. And then I would buy cold weather gear for the troops that work in the mountain, because when it's -30, it's not -30. Okay. Well, I think the cold has been like -2.
Yeah.
But still, -2 in the tunnel, the buses aren't running, and it's snowing, and you have to unbury your car from the parking lot. Give those guys some jackets. Like, what the heck? I would slide them a check for the jackets, and then I would be like, just kidding, I don't trust you, and give it to the flight chief, because I know the flight chief will actually do his job. And then I'll let go. And then for the bosses I do like, same as Karina. Thank them, be polite, maybe slide them. I wouldn't give them a mil, maybe like 100. Like, go get yourself something pretty.
They'd be like, really, you're a billionaire and you give me $100?
That's like $1. It's like a penny.
It's like a penny.
Here's a little something for your trouble. It's like
Have yourself a
$100.
fun spring break.
I
with
got
$100.
plans, man, and they don't include you.
Yeah, they don't include you. It's
Like
Up
I
until
said,
this
I'm
point,
off
you
to
made
buy
my
an
money,
island.
Denise, you whipped them.
me. I live next to Oprah on the neighboring island. That leaves me. Okay, you guys, you ladies are very nice. Okay, you ladies are very nice. And because you guys I would be so professional, and I would do this. I'm a act a flipping fool. With $1.8 billion, you getting 8 billion reasons why I'm acting a fool. I'm coming in there, I'm singing my song. Come to have funky good time. I'm going in, I'm going hard. I'm speaking to the actor. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I never liked you. I never liked you. I'm talking to everybody. I'm giving everybody how I feel. Now, granted, this is not where I'm currently at. Totally dig my cadre over there at Air Force ROTC Detachment 004. But we're talking about my last civilian job. Oh man, I'm going to take a high. I'm acting a fool. Like, what is wrong with this dude? I was like, yeah, I'm not changing the oil on this car. That car's too dang hot for me to be working under. So leave me alone. So what's wrong with you, Christian? What's going on with you? It's not what's going on with me. It's what's in my bank account. Oh my God. $1.8 billion, son. Consider this invitation to my gangster nation. Oh my God. It's like, I'm gonna go buy a whole whatever. I own this shop now. Guess what? Y'all all fired. 1.8 billion foolish reasons to do what I do.
That's
my personality
right
truly
there.
is coming out. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it
Pardon
is.
my language, sorry.
That's
Don't call you sad for nothing.
Look, that's what it is. So that I'm just saying. So, they often say, when you get power or money, your true persona does come out. All right. And that's my persona. I'm telling you, I'm acting a fool. Man, I'm acting a fool. Oh, man. Guess what's happening? Nothing. Guess who's going to be at work? Not me. I'm just acting a fool. I'm cracking jokes. I'm doing all kinds of mess. All right. So just keeping that in mind, y'all. Don't give me $1.8 billion. Don't do that. All right. Because I'm an active fool. Maybe that's why God ain't gave it to me yet. Because, all right. Okay. So that's good with the lottery, right? We good with that. We know what we're going to do. $1.8 billion. You ladies are super nice. And I appreciate you guys' service because I am not nice. Okay. Next topic. Okay. I mentioned this to you guys before. Apparently, women published a list of places not to take them on their first date, and it went viral. It was a little while ago. I don't know if you guys heard of this. If you've seen this list. You guys seen this list? Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, that's crazy because you guys are women. I figured you guys voted on this survey or something. Some of these restaurants, I'm gonna list a couple of them. Some of these restaurants, I'm like, really? What's wrong with that? But I don't know. Right, a first date, right? You gotta think of what the purpose of a first date is, okay? But that's not the point. But I will give you a couple of places that the survey apparently you ladies participated in, all right? But you didn't, right? Number one was the Cheesecake Factory. Do not take me to the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, look, I can tell the surprise in your voice. Okay, yeah, don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. That's what they said.
That's like a fancy restaurant.
That's the best place.
Don't take them there. I'm not going to, don't take them there.
Do they list reason?
Number 2.
Yeah.
It's like, why?
No.
Like, hey, don't take me there because of this.
No, they don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory. Women don't want to go to Cheesecake Factory, apparently.
Okay.
All right. Number 2 was Applebee's. Don't take me to Applebee's either. Don't take me to Applebee's. Don't take me there. Okay. And don't take me to Chili's. Or
but the
I
2
like
for 20.
no, they're not.
Yeah,
No,
they have some
no,
good deals.
You're
no,
responsible.
no. Do not take them to Chili's or Olive Garden. Do not take them there. Okay.
The unlimited breadsticks.
I love my
But
Olive
unlimited
Garden.
opportunity to get to know me.
No.
Who made this
No.
list?
Okay. Nope. Okay. Don't take them there. Don't take them to the movies either. Don't take them to the movies. Okay. We're not doing that. Apparently,
I'm fine with the movies. That's kind of fair. Because like, how are you supposed to,
Talk and get to know each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, you ladies, I got it. There's a don't take it there. Apparently, 2024, we ain't doing that. Okay. Now there are some good things on this list that I agree on. Right. Your house. Don't take me to your house. Ladies.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't take me to your house. Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's murder.
They said any fast food chain. Don't even bother.
Anything
And
with
then
no
don't-
picture,
don't-
don't take me there.
Though.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
no
All right.
fast
Cool.
food.
Ladies, you agreeing with that? Okay. B-dubs. Like, don't take me there.
Mm.
Oh, B-dubs
I'll
is
go to
fine.
B-Dubs.
It's
Okay.
okay.
And you
Okay.
like sports? Any of you ladies
Yeah.
like sports? Or
Oh, hell
you
yeah.
could do sports? You Cowboys fans? Okay. Cool.
Not
Right.
Catholic.
Okay.
Sorry.
I-
Okay, calm down.
Okay, all right, I got
relax.
it.
Be
All right, I'm
respectful.
sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. I'm just throwing that out there. Red Lobster. Don't take me there. No,
I don't
him.
want.
No,
I
him.
don't
No.
think that she
I
was
would
Red
not
Lobster.
do Red Lobster. If you're paying $13 for seafood, it's not seafood, and I don't think that's a good
It
thing
tastes
to
awful.
Oh, that's right. You are from the
She's
East Coast,
Florida,
like
girl,
right
obviously.
there.
She's from the South.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Got
I
it.
can tell.
Okay. Got it. So, the last one I'm gonna throw out there, trying to kind of give you guys the tempo is church. Yeah, don't take me to church for your first date. I don't know who's doing that these days. And I get it, right? I'm not going to I'm here to worship and celebrate the Lord, and you trying to get to know me and how at the church. I don't understand. So I get that, right? Some of these things are debatable. Some of these things are absolutely no. But that's not what I want to ask. I want to play a little game with you ladies, okay? Given you guys already have your AFSCs and things like that, I'm not trying to mess you guys up. Okay, I considered ROTC as a dating organization, right? As you are flirting with your people, you're trying to figure out who's what, when, where, right? So my question is, given a perfect world that you can change out your AFSCs, what AFSC would you absolutely 100% refuse if you got contracted by the Air Force? Like, so what AFSC was like, nah, that would be on this list.
It's security
Yo.
forces.
Yeah, I was going to say mine is easy. Well, first of all, I did meet my fiance in ROTC, but second of all, at first, so I'm a criminology major. So at first, I was like security forces or nothing, And now being finance, I would never, ever, ever in my life want security forces. Ever. I can't do it. I'm so thankful I don't have to do that.
Not even as an officer?
Especially as an officer because of the people that you have to lead. I would not want that.
Got it. All right. Sparza, you said security force. You came right out with it. What did you see? You were like,
I
all
got
right,
a lot
cool,
of-
girl. I really like what's going on with you. I really like you too. Okay, cool. Let me reveal to you what you're about to get. All right, cool. Let me show you security forces. No. Okay, all right.
I got a lot of friends that are security forces, and they're just so sad just all the time. I'm like, how you doing? Is it okay? And they're just like, no, it's never been okay. And I'm like, okay, well, that and what's the reward at the end? Poor, especially
American
just doing 4
security.
years, like you don't got time for nothing else. Like you have to really love what you're doing and have that be your passion to go that route. And that's just not where mine lie. But besides that, I think EOD.
Okay.
That's a fair one.
So it's like, man, really, I've really been digging the way you're motivational and you be, we're doing that. And I think we should just go to the next level and let me present to you EOD. You're just like,
It's like, why are you presenting this to me so happy? Yeah, what happened there? That's crazy that you came in with so much confidence and showed me this too. That's a misplaced confidence. Let me pretend to be happy for you.
Oh my God.
Especially with those two, they come with ego. Men and female come with ego. And I'm just like, I get it, but I don't. I'm happy for you, but I'm also concerned.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's fair. EOD, security forces on that list. So I put that on the list. Okay. All right. Karina. All right, girl. It's going girl. It's going good. Doing good. You're so motivational. What's that list? What's that AFSC that you like? Where you would earn your call sign?
It's so God. Initially, my thought was security forces. But don't take offense to this, Sledge. Missiles. I would not want missiles. I would get out. I wouldn't do it. I just couldn't be underground for that amount of time and only be at Minot and a couple other barren bases. I'd rather be in security forces and be able to go anywhere than do that. Because just like LT, my degree is in criminal justice. And so my plan to get out is to work for FBI or CIA. And so I can kind of use that. But missiles, nope, never.
But
not happening.
You understand? Like this is it. This is what's hot in the streets. Like, you asked for rose gold, huh?
Oh, I would leave.
Oh man,
that's crazy. Out. I'm like, nope.
Okay. So I'd put that on the list. Okay. All right. So far I have security force, I have EOD, and I got missiles. All right. What else is on the list? Let's go with. All right, cool. Got it. Okay. How about Choni?
So, I'm going to double tap Karina, and then also any engineering, anything that requires you to have an engineering degree, not because, like I couldn't get an engineering degree. I'm sure I could. I've seen some people in engineering. However, the level of social ability in cyber is sometimes very surprising. So I can only imagine how those folks are not doing well. And I don't think I have the patience to help that. Cyber folks, all day. Sweet little puppies. I got them. Anything engineering.
Okay.
Engineering, too nerdy. I tried with the Star Trek and the things and the Dungeons and Dragons type stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, thank you.
Okay. So here's the thing. So it's contracting time, AFSC drop for you ladies, the ROTC with, you know the deal. And Choni, you got straight up 13 in right there at the gate. What is the line, right? Always wanted to say this, but blank. What are we saying?
Why?
You got 13 in.
Why?
Oh, why? Okay.
Why?
I mean, it's kind of similar to my reaction when I got 17 Delta coming out of ROTC. I was a business major, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I wanted maintenance. I wanted all of that drama.
Oh yeah, you want all the smoke.
I wanted the flight command the heck out of those folks. But no, they said 17 Delta, and I was like, "Are you sure?" I'm pretty sure I legitimately asked why me, because as I was told, I was exceptionally mediocre. Like my grades were good, but not the best. My PT was good, but not the best. And then I just kind of went numb and went to my two really good friends who were both computer science engineers. And I walk into their room and they're like, "What's wrong? You look pale." And I was like, "The Air Force gave me the D." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, they gave me 17 Delta, and they're like, "They are making you a cyberspace officer? Didn't you come to us crying last week because you couldn't get the sound to work on your laptop?" And I was like, "Oh." Also, I deleted my essay. Can you find it again, friends? Thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
We just replay that again.
Got it. Okay. Valentine. Now I know this is tender. This is tender, right? Because you haven't gotten your AFSC yet. You're standing by. Okay. So what is the AFSC that you would put on this list of USAF, do not take me on a first date to this AFSC?
So you guys kind of already touched on it, and like this is just from like an RTC's perspective, and I swear every time I talk to enlisted people, they always name these three. They're like, don't do maintenance, don't do security forces, and then missiles. Respectfully, the form that we did this year was different than last year, and you got to choose your bottom three, which means that like what are three that you don't want, and you get to choose one that you don't want at all. And so yeah, I would not respectfully. I would respectfully don't want that on the board.
Okay, that's fair, and that's all a matter of perspective, because and I want to talk to kind of Esparza, since we're officers and we have our ways of getting our AFSCs and our commissions. She is yet to receive hers. When you get picked up for OTS, they already know what job you've been slotted for. Versus ROTC, it's the other way around, right? You get your contract and then you get your AFSC. It's the other way around for OTS. So, and it's based off of the fact that Academy ate up their part, and then ROTC ate up theirs, and OTS gets the last, right? They get what's remaining and what's needed. So when I got picked up for 13N, which was not even on my list, I was just glad to have my foot in the door. Like, I was just happy to hit my foot in the door. I'm going from tech sergeant to second lieutenant real quick. I didn't care about what job it was, but I understand what you guys are saying, because the commander at the time, JZ, that was his call sign, Colonel Zadell, told me I was going to be an officer. Then he pulled me aside, like away the next building, and told me what job I was going to do. He said, because I didn't want people to say, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, like, and feel like they're, those patterns, and I get a bad, image of it initially. I didn't care. I was like, Colonel, I was cool with that. I'm glad to get my foot in the door, but it's all a matter of perspective. Like, I didn't ask for missiles. I'm information systems technology. That's what I do. But it's a matter of perspective. So as far as when you go through and you apply for OTS, if you decide to go that route, understand that that's how it's going to come down. If you go ROTC, understand these ladies have just described to you how it goes down, right? You are contracted first, and then they will give you your AFSC, but you're in the middle. So the probability of you getting what you want is a little higher. You might be like Choni and not even be in your cross check. Okay. Was 17 Delta in your cross check at all?
No.
Exactly. So it might precisely. It might be that too. So a little mentorship moment for our big enlisted sister there. Cool.
You are listening to the For the People Hypercast show.